Okay, let's see. So how much protein, kind of just answered that. You know, there's all this talk about, oh, you should have 1 gram per pound of body weight or 2 grams per kilogram, stuff like that. Like, most all of us, we're not there. We are not ready to be measuring at this level, right? Most of us do not need to be worrying about macros, any of that. What you need to be worrying about is just, you know, protein, fat, and carb with each meal, making sure it's meat and vegetables, you know, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, no sugar, like getting down to those basics, okay? So we talked about this is, I mean, yeah, for you guys, that's just gonna be the main thing, is getting in. I'll need to remember, I'll need to look in my book. I think it's either 1 cup or 2 cups of beans per like serving. Yeah. And we'll talk about, I mean, and there's some other ways. We'll need to find like some shakes. We can get pea protein, rice protein. Sometimes, depends what time you come. So dairy, cheese. So this is kind of cream, coffee with cream, dairy, that sort of stuff. So I know in the nutrition guide that I sent out, one of the things it says is no coffee. I'm okay with you having coffee. All right. What I'd love to have you guys do is, if you're tired, I want you to eat. This is energy. This is your source of fuel. If you're tired, and that's why you're having coffee, it's because of the caffeine, that's not good. It probably means that you're low on your energy, right? So go ahead and eat. If you just like the taste of coffee, that stuff, if you have 1 cream with it, cool. But, I mean, think about it. If the first thing you do in the morning is you have your coffee, 4 creams, 4 sugars. Is that why? How many creams do you do?
I don't use sugar. It's addiction. Since I was 5.
So should we switch this? Is this cream with coffee that you drink?
No. No, I don't drink that much.
Do you? Do you not?
No, I have to do the flavor.
Do you measure it?
No.
So you have no idea how much cream you're getting. That would be step 1. Step 1 would be understanding, looking at the. Look at. You can buy whatever you buy, but look at the label. See how much a serving size is. Put that into a little thing, a tablespoon, a quarter of a cup, whatever it is. Put it in your coffee, and then kind of eyeball like, oh shit. I've been having 4 servings of cream with my coffee every morning. That's how many extra calories I'm getting, right? So that's the first thing, is just being aware, right? So whenever I listen to people talking about nutrition and all these things, it's like, why do some of these diets work? Well, for one thing, it's one of the first times you actually start thinking about what you're eating.
Absolutely.
You just kind of become aware of it, right? So that's something to just think about, is, hey, yeah, just look at the nutrition label. What is the serving size? What does that look like? Actually pour it out and then put it in your coffee and see, what you could do is, I'm sure you have a sense of the color your coffee turns to, right? So what you could do is keep doing serving sizes until it matches the color that you do it, and then you can know how much you're usually putting in your coffee each morning.
What about soy over?
Again, soy, there's a lot of estrogen in that. I mean, so again, it's not the end of the world, but almond milk is another option.
Is almond milk okay to drink?
In moderation.
Right, but versus better than whole milk, better than...
If you have never stopped drinking milk, if you have had dairy in your life since you were a kid, your body's probably still able to digest it. So I want to preface saying, if you're with paleo, they recommend giving up dairy and cheese and that milk and stuff, okay? Once you give that up for an extended period of time, your body stops producing lactose as much, or lactase. And then you will have a harder time digesting lactose, and you will become lactose intolerant, potentially. So that's something to think about. All right? It's, so dairy, cheese, again, look at the nutrition label. see how healthy it is, that sort of stuff. And kind of, make a judgment on it for yourself. If it's something you really enjoy, yeah, but, if you're dumping Parmesan cheese all over your pasta, okay, and then your Alfredo sauce and all this other stuff, that's all cream, and that's the other thing to think about, guys, sauces. Everything has nutritional value to it, calories, something. So eating protein and high fiber foods, especially first, is very important. So any other sort of questions on cream and coffee, dairy? So no, none of it's going to kill you, but it all fits under the spectrum of healthy eating. Okay? So sweets. Sub for sweets, fruit. When you stop eating candy and all these things, give it 2 weeks, 3 weeks. When you eat fruit, that stuff is going to taste phenomenal. It's going to be so sweet. If sweets are a downfall for you, it's especially like sugary drinks. Do you drink soda?
No, it's cakes, cupcakes.
Yeah.
Cakes and cupcakes.
Yeah. So
What about
my guess is you're not eating enough. And your body then starts to crave the most calorically dense food it has ever tasted.
That's what happens. I've been trying to give it up. I'll go days without it, and then I'll crash at like 6 cupcakes.
Yeah, you're not eating enough. You're probably not eating enough, and your body starts to get. And sugar is addictive as well.
It's addictive.
Do you like the protein cake?
It's not even eating out.
Like pancake.
No, like what is it by? I forgot who makes them. But they're like the cake, but they're protein cake bites.
I would need to look at the nutrition label. Guys, one quick thing. Are these healthy? They're tasty, but a brownie is still a brownie. I don't care if you put the word paleo in front of it. I don't go to the store looking for paleo apples or paleo beef. You are eating a brownie. I don't care. It's a brownie. You can, just because it has honey, yeah, great. Let's put a cup of honey in there. Yeah, that's going to be really sweet. That's totally paleo. It's sugar. It is still a brownie. Be aware of marketing. Paleo cookies. Paleo anything. Don't eat those. Read that as cookies, as brownies. It is still the same food.
Information you gave us. You should have cut that out.
What?
No sweets on the paleo.
Does it have sweets in there a ton? I don't think it does. All I've seen is the first challenge I did in the Facebook group. People just started, I found this great recipe, and they shared it, and I looked at it, and it literally said a cup of honey for this thing, and I was like, no, read the nutrition label, read the ingredients, guys. I don't care that it says paleo right here. It's still a brownie. It is still. You might as well X that out because it is still a brownie. All right, talked about that. Is that? I mean, really, the idea would be getting you to a diet where you're not craving sweets, and getting you enough where we've kind of tried to break that addiction, because it probably is a little bit of a neurological addiction. And so there was a study with lab rats. They put water that was laced with sugar and the water that was laced with cocaine, and the rats chose the sugar water. So sugar can be more addictive than cocaine.
Can we do cocaine?
Might make you might lose weight. You might lose weight. If that's your only goal, then maybe. I'm going to check on this guy real quick again. It did not cut